Under the Skin is a new film starring Scarlett Johansson and is directed by Jonathan Glazer and is about an alien seductress who preys upon hitchhikers in Scotland, and that's all you really know about this film. Going into the movie, I didn't get to see a trailer, and going into it blind, not really knowing what it's about, just the synopsis from IMDb. But coming out of it, that's all I really know, is that she's an alien seductress preying upon hitchhikers in Scotland. They really don't go in depth with the plot. There's not a lot of dialogue in this film. It relies heavily on imagery and a very great score. Really awesome score. I liked it. She just drives around preying on hitchhikers, and she is an alien. They don't really get to see her alien side, but it's a very weird film that's done right at sometimes, but also has its flaws. Some of the flaws are that it's a bit repetitive at times when she preys upon these hitchhikers. It's repetitive, it's nothing new after the second, third time. I think it's just something that needs to move on. And when there's something cool about to happen, you're like, oh, something's about to be answered, they just leave you hanging. And I looked at it in two different ways. One, it could add to the mysteriousness of the film, and then two, I thought, like, well, I want to know more about her, so why are you leaving me hanging here? This movie is very mysterious and dark, and it did have some creepy scenes going for it. The shots are really well done. I really like the cinematography of this film. The shots, the score of this movie is really great. Scarlett Johansson did a good job. There's not a lot of dialogue in this film. The movie was dull at some times. I was kind of getting sleepy at some scenes. And when it seems like things were about to get interesting, they kind of slowed it down. There are a few scenes that I really did like. And that's when she gets these hitchhikers back to her place. And they kind of do this walk thing, and I don't know, just something about the way that the scenes are taking place, the way that they look, the score, what is happening is really cool looking. This movie did have some really great shots, some very disturbing scenes, but overall there was not a lot of dialogue, which I don't really mind, because I like movies that, you know, are thought-provoking and rely, and it tells the story through a lot of imagery. And you know, I really liked it. Like the Tree of Life was like that. And here, there's just a lot of imagery and a lot of long takes, scenes, and it's beautifully well done. So there's not a lot to the script. It's just she's here preying on hitchhikers, and I don't mind that there's not a lot of dialogue because it's well done. But I would like to see a little bit more of what she's done through imagery. That would have been nice. So you know, some of the scenes were a bit repetitive with the guys, but overall I enjoyed the film for what it was. It didn't try to be big. It was a simple movie, thought-provoking, a lot of imagery, a lot of music, and some great looking scenes, directed by Jonathan Glazer. Scarlett Johansson looked amazing in this film. This movie did have some nudity in it, so if you guys looking for that, go ahead and see this movie. But overall, some scenes could have been done better. I was expecting, honestly, like a masterpiece from when I heard people's reviews, especially from like Chris Stuckman. But when I looked on reviews online, people were, you know, kind of the same opinions as me a little bit. You know, some scenes were a bit dull and could have been handled differently. So this is Just Watching Movies with a review of Under the Skin, which is directed by Jonathan Glazer and stars Scarlett Johansson. I'm going to go ahead and give this movie a B. I enjoy a lot of scenes, some scenes not so much. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.